This is Tim Ashdown for Comics and Gaming Magazine. I'm here at PlayStation Hearts Canada with Pine Kong, who did some of the quality assurance on Starhawk, which we see on the TV behind us right now. And he's going to tell me a little bit about the game. So Starhawk was in closed beta not too long ago. What kind of feedback did you guys get from gamers during that beta phase?
We got a lot of good feedback. Feedback that helped implemented some new stuff or some old stuff. Like, for example, in Hawk mode, they implemented the classic arcade flight. And just the feedback with weapons and everything. So it was a great time with the beta.
There's also going to be a large single-player component in this game. Tell me a little bit about the single-player campaign and the main protagonist.
Right. So in single-player campaign, his name, the main character there is Emmett Graves. And boy, the single-player campaign is awesome. You know, it stands on its own. It is not a tutorial to the multiplayer, and the storyline is great. The music, the soundtrack, everything about that is awesome. And in single-player, you get to experience some of the storyline behind there. Not only there's single-player, there's co-op too, and co-op, boy, is so much fun. You can play with 3 of your players, 4-player max, and there's 5 co-op missions there. So good stuff.
Will there be local co-op, or is it only online?
It's only online.
Ah, you can't play with your friends in the room and trash talk, eh?
Right. You could if you just all go online. Yeah.
All right. Now tell me about some of the multiplayer modes that are going to be in Starhawk. Is there capture the flag, standard deathmatch? What are kind of the modes that people will be able to experience?
Right. So to just name a few, you already mentioned that team deathmatch, capture the flag, and there's another mode called zones. Zone is a mode where you kind of have to occupy a certain location for a certain amount of time, and then when the timer ends, that's how, if you get the most zones, you win. So kind of like a King of the Hill kind of thing, but it's just called zones.
Now, in addition to the flying mechs, the Starhawks, which are really awesome to play as, we'll get to those in a second, but tell me a bit about the build battle mechanic and how that works as far as the gameplay.
Well, so the build and battle mechanics, it's an advantage to players. I mean, you can use that on the fly. You can use it in a Hawk. You can use it on the ground. You can even use it in any ground vehicle. And so the build and battle feature, it changes the way you play, and it encourages you to be creative in how you play. So if you're being bombarded by enemies, you can call down a auto turret to back you up. You can call down a supply bunker for some more weapons that you can use. So the build and battle feature is amazing.
Now, the one thing that I like about the build battle feature is that since there's not an engineer class or anything like that, you're not depending on a teammate to build stuff for you. Is that really key to the multiplayer dynamic with allowing people to be independent as well as working as a team?
Yes, definitely. And I think it's awesome because that helps the team to work together, because you have a limit of 32 structures that you can build. So if one guy is just dropping supply bunker after supply bunker after supply bunker, when only one is needed, you can walk up to that supply bunker and actually demolish it, and that helps the team. So it's we're encouraging the team and the players to communicate with each other, and from there the strategy is man, you can go wherever you want with that.
That's really cool. Now tell me a bit about the Starhawks themselves. Now they start out as a walking mech and then transform into a flying jet. What was it like trying to get those two mechanics to work together?
Well, that's from a design standpoint. So from just a testing standpoint, when we first got into the mech and transformed, and we were like, that is sick, that is cool. So hopefully the end users, when they finally play the game and when they get into the walking mech and transform, it's just a wow experience. So it's been a great transition from the mech to the Hawk. The sound effect as he's transforming is amazing. It's cool. It's like a transformer. I mean, you were mentioning earlier that you felt like you were a Decepticon, like, you were collecting all this energy and you're transforming, so definitely real cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely into hoarding the Energon and then transforming on the fly. So Starhawk comes out May 8th, and look for it exclusively on the PlayStation 3. Thanks so much.